but only 10 minutes.
Many parents set time limits for activities they regard as problematic. So for example, they say, well, you may only watch 1 hour of television, or you may only play 30 minutes of video games, or you get only 20 minutes of tablet time. But what's the psychological effect of that? There is an interesting study published in 2019 in which 4 to 5-year-old children were told by an experimenter, well, let's play Legos. Here are some Legos for you. And then they were shown some Lego stones, which were nothing special, just the usual ones. So no high-tech spaceship or something like that, just normal Lego stones. Then the experimenter said, well, when you're finished with playing, just come to my table. But in one group, the experimenter said at this point, well, I'm sorry, but you can only play for 10 minutes. So in one group, there was this time limit. What were the results? In the group with the time limit, the children were playing on average 27% longer. So somehow this time limit had made playing with Legos more interesting. And the psychological mechanism that is probably at work here is reactance. Humans like their freedom, and we really don't like it if our freedom gets limited. And as soon as our freedom gets limited, people show reactance. They show behavior to gain back their freedom. And of course, it's very often used in marketing when we are told, well, there's only one item left in stock. This is the last product that is left. Then we really want to have this last product. And it's quite similar with children who get told, well, you may only play for 20 minutes with the PlayStation, or you may only watch TV for 1 hour. Then they really wanted more. But of course, this is problematic because this is just the opposite that parents want to reach. We don't want that they want to watch TV even more, because what are they gonna do as soon as we leave the house? Of course, they will just do what they were told they may not do. But what's the solution? Should you really no longer set time limits? Well, of course not. If you have all these temptations at home, like a TV, like a PlayStation, like tablets, smartphones, etc., then a time limit is still better than saying, well, you can play 10, 12 hours with these things. No, social media and all that is too tempting. It's too well programmed to catch the attention. So in this case, time limits are still better. But a much better solution might be that you don't have these temptations at home to begin with. So it really might be better to have no PlayStation or no television, and especially not in the room of your kids, or to give your children no smartphone or no tablet up to a specific age, like for example 12. I know it's a tough decision, and you might say, well, but they will be begging me to get them a smartphone. Yes, they will, but what's even worse is when they have the smartphone, all these little wars with your child you will have because of the smartphone and the smartphone use. This will be much more trouble. And if you say, well, this is too hard, there might be an interesting compromise which technology offers, and those are children's safety modes on those devices. So you can decide which apps your child will be able to use. So maybe an app for drawing, or an app for writing, or a calculator. And then you might also say, well, but you may only use those apps for 20 minutes per day. That's it for today. I hope you found this episode helpful. If you want to know more about psychological science, you may want to take a look at the website or at the books. But if you go to the website, don't stay longer than 10 minutes.